Out of the Rumbelows Cup at 3rd Division Peterborough, and it's a reflection of how seriously they've taken this match that tonight their England international John Barnes makes a surprise return to the team. Barnes has been out injured for 5 months after being hurt in the 2nd match of the season, and he's played just 1 B-team game at the weekend. So Barnes is back, but the Liverpool lineup still without another long-term injured player, Ian Rush, although Dean Saunders has been providing the goals in the cup games this season with 11 in 16 matches. Something of a homecoming tonight for 2 former Crewe players here. Bruce Grobbelaar began his Football League career at Crewe back in 1979, and the fullback Rob Jones was transferred from Crewe to Anfield just 3 months ago for a fee which increases in stages up to £600,000. Crewe are currently 8th in Division 4, but they've scored 64 goals in all competitions, and the keenest man of all for the action to start tonight is their number 7, 21-year-old Craig Hignett, who began as a teenager at Liverpool but didn't quite make the grade. He played 10 reserve team matches before being transferred to Crewe, and one of his jobs at Anfield in those days was to clean the boots of my co-commentator tonight, Alan Hansen. Alan, a quick thought before the match starts. How big a gamble to play John Barnes?
Well, I don't think it's a gamble in his injury. It might be a gamble because he's been out for so long. But I was talking to him before the game. There's no problem with injury at all. He might be a bit apprehensive simply because so much is expected of him. But it's great to see him back simply because Liverpool have missed him so much this season.
Referee Terry Holbrook of Wolverhampton starts this 3rd round cup tie between 2 teams 73 places apart in the Football League. Liverpool currently 5th in Division 1 and back on the European trail in the UEFA competition. But as Wrexham showed on Saturday, in the Cup, it can all count for nothing. These two did meet, incidentally, in the Rumbelows last season, when Liverpool won on both occasions, 5-1 and 4-1. Ian Rush got 5 of Liverpool's aggregate 9. Carr, who scuffed his attempted clearance there, and McInerney. Graham Souness, who's been in Italy this weekend to look at the UEFA opponents, Genoa. Well, Liverpool have been knocked out in the 3rd round only once in the last 13 years, Alan.
Who was that about, Tony? Was that at Chelsea?
1987.
1987. It's been an open start to the game. I feel as though that Crewe can't afford to give Jan Molby time and space in the middle of the park, because if you give him time and space, he'll kill you. So they've really got to get tight on him.
McManaman. Thomas. Here's Molby with that bit of space. Well, it was there momentarily. Crewe did well to shut the door. Trying to put it over the top for Naylor. He's only a little player, but he's quite lively. Was bundled over by Tanner. Free kick. Well, he's a bit of a handful, Tony Naylor. Came from non-league football with Droylsden, and Crewe signed him after he'd scored a hat-trick against them in a friendly. And Tanner was forced to concede the free kick. Let's see what Crewe can do from this. Hignett will take it. There's plenty of players forward. Came off Thomas. That's Barnes, dispossessed in his penalty area. Clearing header was by Wright. And just a little bit of uncertainty on the ball from John Barnes, and that's perhaps not totally unexpected. Molby. Oh, good ball, good vision to find McManaman. Gus Wilson's getting back to try and shut the door, but it might be too late. Left foot from Barnes was blocked. McManaman again. Barnes. This time in the opposing penalty area. Taken away from Saunders by the captain Gardner, but this is Houghton. Barnes, Nicol, Houghton. Liverpool playing a little bit of possession football. This is Nicol, but he was well covered by Callahan, the number 5. But that was an impressive little bit of football by Liverpool in the build-up to that.
It was good defending as well by Callaghan, because Nichols got a bit of pace there and he was clean through, and if he hadn't intervened, it was a good chance for Liverpool.
Hignett, Edwards, offside, flag went up straight away. Quick breakthrough by Naylor, but the flag had gone up.
That was an instance there, the inclusion of Wright has made a tremendous difference to Liverpool. It looks to me like he's organising the defence, and at this moment in time they're coming in a line whereas before, when he was missing, there'd be one or two left in there, but he's organising it well for them.
Oh, look at the space here to be exploited. McManaman! Well, that's an early blow for Crewe. Steve McManaman's 6th goal of the season, and the marking really had all fallen apart. Where were the defenders? It was just too easy, wasn't it? Callaghan, who tried to get across and block him, but there was so much space for Liverpool to exploit. And Liverpool have taken the lead inside the first 10 minutes. Well, it was never going to be easy for 4th Division Crewe, and of course that's exactly the sort of start that they didn't want, and Liverpool did.
Yeah, the game's a bit too open for Crewe, isn't it, really? They're contributing to their own problems simply, but they want to play and they want to attack Liverpool, and they're leaving themselves open at the back. And Liverpool exploited it there. But it was a good strike from McManaman, you know, hit it from about the 12 yards and put it right in the bottom corner. But what Crewe don't want to do now is start chasing the game and get a hammer.
Jones. Oh, nicely laid off. This is Michael Thomas, and that's a good save, and it's stuck as well. Well, Michael Thomas hasn't yet opened his account for Liverpool since his transfer there from Arsenal back in December. Forced a good save from Dean Greygoose. This is Hignett. Now, can they get a good strike in? Oh, it's well hit, and it's laid out Nicol. And he's cut it back well. It is Naylor. And Houghton, who puts it out of play. It's a throw, and Stevie Nichol's eyes are watering from that blaster from short range by Craig Hignett. That'll be a goal kick.
And sometimes when you start so well in these games, that you can just get a little bit overconfident, and when you're overconfident, it definitely breeds complacency, and that's what happened there. You know, Rob Jones got caught in possession. That was a decent chance for Crewe, and you've got to give Crewe a little bit of credit because they're still pushing men forward, but this was painful.
And let's not lose sight of the fact that Arsenal did lead against Wrexham on Saturday by a 1-0 with only 8 minutes left, and were subsequently beaten 2-1. Liverpool's ball. Top goal scorer Naylor with 14. Dario Gradi, third longest serving manager in the Football League, bettered only by Brian Clough and Joe Royle. Has been here at Crewe since June 1983. Oh, it's a great ball. Hignett, now can they do something this time? Rob Edwards was coming in at the far post, but it was always a little bit too close to Brucey Grobbelaar. But that's twice in the space of a minute or so that Crewe have got through and have had a shot at Liverpool's goal.
They've had a couple of good moves and a couple of good chances. I just felt that Hignett didn't know whether to shoot or cross. He was in a great position just before.
The rebound has fallen to Liverpool, to Barnes, and it was Darren Carr who tied it up, not for the first time. Former Bristol Rovers and Newport player, and that's given Liverpool their first corner. with 26 minutes gone. Laid back by Saunders.
You feel he should have shot there, shouldn't you? You know, he's 1-1 against the goalkeeper. 9 times out of 10 he would have shot, but he just tried to cut it back. Saunders will take it. Right! Off the goal line by number 11, Rob Edwards. 2-0. Now, who got the last touch on that one? Yeah, it was John Barnes that scored, I think. John Barnes gets the goal, the second for Liverpool in his comeback match. It's drilled in here by Saunders. A low, fantastic little flick by John Barnes. And that's the quality that's been missing. It was a good clearing header from under the post there by Edwards to start with. Saunders drilled it back. And what a fabulous little back heel by John Barnes to make it 2-0. 26 minutes gone. Well, it's the first thing he's done in the game, isn't it, really? But what a fabulous goal. A back flick right in the back of the net. Well, that answers the questions about whether it was the right idea to play him or not, doesn't it? Safely taken by Grobbelaar. Well, just when it looked as though Crewe were beginning to sort themselves out in this match and were beginning to make some sort of inroads against Liverpool, the team from the First Division have re-emphasised their superiority with a really stunning second goal. This is Nicol. Oh, Gardner's missed it. This is Thomas. He had chances to clear. Well, he doesn't quite know what to do. Ray Houghton. Oh, they're queuing up to hit it now. Well, there was definitely the sniff of goal number 3 on then. Jones. Now Mulby wants it. They all want it now. Barnes. Still Barnes. To McManaman. Barnes. 3-0. His second in the space of 2 minutes. And I'm afraid, from Crewe's point of view, the match is as good as already over. Liverpool's superiority emphatically underlined, and just look how well he took that. That was class finishing again, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a great finish with Barnes, but the Crewe defence, to be fair, are all over the place. And it's amazing that just when you would thought Crewe were getting back in the game, that Liverpool scored the 2 goals. But that's when you're going to be at your most vulnerable, when you're throwing men forward, and Liverpool have definitely made them pay for it. And no one more so than John Barnes, and suddenly that 5 months of inactivity with an injury is now forgotten, and Crewe have already made a substitution, putting on number 14, Colin Rose. Here comes Barnes again. Is this going to be a first half hat-trick? He's already got 2. Oh, and it needed a fine save from Grey Goose to prevent the third. But again, it was a telling break from Liverpool. They just got away from the markers completely. He had a clear, virtually unchallenged run, virtually half the length of the field. And then a thunderous shot, which brought a really good save. Walters. Oh, they played it inside. Ignat, and it was Jones who covered, and that's exactly what he did, and what you, Alan, pointed out earlier that he does. He covers well. He gets round the back very well, but if I was the Crewe manager, I'd be worried about what this sort of game would do for the confidence for the rest of the season, because they're certainly taking a hammering. Mulby with all the time and the space that he needs, and he finds Ray Houghton, who didn't quite control it first time, but he had enough time and space to have 2 goes at it. Mulby again. Houghton. Mark Wright. Jones. McManaman. He's turned. This is Wright. Mulby. Well, in a moment or two, every Liverpool player will have been involved in this move, apart from Bruce Grobbelaar.
Easily done. Nicol into the 6-yard box. No, the flag's gone up. Oh, disappointment for Saunders. And, well, if that had counted, Alan, that was really a classic goal, because I think virtually every outfield player in the Liverpool team had been involved in that passing move, apart from the goalkeeper, of course, Bruce Grobbelaar, and unfortunately the goal is discounted because Saunders was marginally offside. Just under 10 seconds to go in the first half. Offside again. Now that's approaching double figures perhaps now. The numbers of occasions that either Edwards or Naylor has been just caught marginally offside by Liverpool's back four. They've only managed to get through them on a couple of occasions. And the referee brings to an end what, quite frankly, has been a torrid first half for 4th Division Crewe. A goal down after only 10 minutes, scored by Steve McManaman, and then John Barnes chipped in with his two midway through that first half. As Alan Hansen pointed out, Crewe will have a little bit of reorganising and maybe a bit of thinking to do at half-time. It'll be interesting to see what Dario Gradi tells them, and if they try to play it any differently in the second half, because if they play the second half like they played the first, well, one can only think there'll be more Liverpool goals to enjoy. But at half-time here, it's Crewe from the 4th Division 0, Liverpool 3. Mike Marsh on as the second half substitute for Liverpool, replacing Ray Houghton, who we understand has been suffering with a slight back problem. And Crewe, to start the second half, have made no substitutions. Rose already on in the first half, remember. And just looking at the league tables during the half-time interval, the message for the likes of Leeds at the top is that Liverpool are only 11 points behind and with a game in hand, and have been known to make a late surge and win the championship in the second half of the season. This is Jones, and that's a great cross. Oh, Grey Goose missed it. And fortunately for Crewe, there wasn't a green shirt there. This is Saunders wriggling for space. Mulby wants to hit it, and it was blocked. But that was a terrific ball in by the right back, Rob Jones.
Yeah, it was a good ball by Mick Marsh to Rob Jones. He showed tremendous pace to get down the line. It was a great ball and very difficult to defend against. And Crewe were lucky not to concede a 4th goal.
Nichols, high jump. And that's gone out of play. Crewe's ball. Another interesting statistic that may surprise a few is that Gresty Road, in fact, did one stage an FA Cup semi-final. That was between Aston Villa and Glasgow Rangers back in 1887. A look of bewilderment on the face of Alan Hansen.
Just a bit before our time, Tony. Oh, well, my time.
Thank you. Hignett. Gardner. Oh, he's found Edwards very well, and he took it fabulously on his chest. Still Edwards. Oh, Grobbelaar save. Rose's header. What a sparkling bit of football. It was a terrific break by the number 11, Rob Edwards. A youth product here at Crewe. He's pursued all the way by Rob Jones. And remember, they're former teammates. And what a terrific one-handed save by Grobbelaar. And then the header from Colin Rose, the substitute, just lifted over the bar. And this is Hignett. Reverse ball for Naylor. Again, they've pushed a lot of red shirts forward. He's got round him. Oh! Well, again, he had the confidence to go round people, and it's such a joy to see. And that's brought Crewe this corner. He got it through the legs of Mike Marsh, then took on Thomas as well, and took Grobbelaar by surprise. And this time it looks as though Hignett will hit this one long. Good jump was by Carr. Oh. It was blasted across the face of Liverpool's goal. But it may well have been the number 5, Aaron Callahan, who had the final shot. Yes, it was. Almost down the lens of the camera and not too far wide of the post. Nicol. This is Saunders. Oh, lovely little sweet turn by Saunders. And he gets the corner. And goes across to take another corner. And Mark Wright comes up again. Mulby. Oh, Mark Wright hasn't yet opened his account, I don't think, for Liverpool.
Fabulous ball in, wasn't it? Again, Jan Mulby, left foot. Difficult ball for the goalkeeper to come for. Mark Wright nearly on the end of it. So close.
Well, there's not too much sign of stress on the face of John Barnes at the moment. This, remember, only his second match after that 5-month layoff. Injured in the second game of the season against Manchester City. And Liverpool have sorely missed him. Played in the B team at the weekend against Everton. And it looks like Graham Souness is going to leave him on for the full 90 minutes. Now, Michael Thomas. Blocked by Callahan. Corner.
That was a great ball from McMarson, a great run from Michael Thomas. And then he's added a bit of pace into the Liverpool midfield since he came. He makes great run forward.
Here's Thomas. Jones. Mulby. Still Mulby. Marsh. And Crewe will have to go and hunt for possession. Marsh. McManaman. Barnes. Oh. Another one of those spells when Crewe can't get it. Barnes has it. Saunders didn't quite get there. But again, it was a terrific spell of possession football by Liverpool. They just really did what they wanted.
Yeah, it was great movement by Phil Saunders. It should have been a penalty here. I think he was bundled over as he went for it. Yeah, it was touch and go. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but as you said, Liverpool are masters of keeping a hold of it and going for the opening, and they showed that there in that move.
Walters, who tried to thread it through. Saunders was just offside, fortunately, from Crewe's point of view. And Crewe decide, with a little over 15 minutes left, to make a second substitution. And frankly, I'm a bit surprised to see Darren Carr go off, because I thought he was one of their better players. He's certainly been defending a lot. And on comes number 12, Neil Sauville.
I certainly thought he was one of the better defenders anyway, that's for sure.
Well, maybe Crewe have decided that this game is gone, and they've put on Sauville, who's just an 18-year-old. Only made his debut back in October, and perhaps Dario Gradi deciding that it's an opportunity to give him a run around in aristocratic company. Oh, he's a first-season pro, and he may have cause to regret his arrival. Well, he did well. He was guilty in the first instance, but he got back to cover the post and prevented goal number 4.
He did great there, didn't he? I mean, he makes a mistake in the first place, but all credit to him. He doesn't let his head go down. He gets back in the line to retrieve the situation and get it off.
So, on the field a few seconds, and significant involvement right at the start. Mulby. This is Jones. Thomas out wide. Tanner. Nickel. This is McManaman. Well, the only chance for Edwards was one over the top. They certainly need the woolen hats tonight, with quite a keen and a cold wind blowing here in Gresty Road. But the football has been warm and enjoyable. And Crewe have done their part, and this is John Barnes looking for the hat-trick. Well, it would have been a terrific way to have got it.
Another great ball from Moby. And Barnes gets on the end of it, he just tries to chip it over the goalkeeper. Like you say, it would have been a great hat-trick for him.
McKerney. Nowhere for him to go. Oh, they've given it to John Barnes. And he's kept it. Still Barnes, still on his feet. And he didn't quite have the strength to go through them. And maybe, as Alan Hansen had pointed out earlier, that's the sort of sign of a player with just a little bit of match fitness. Maybe on a different day, Barnes would have kept his feet and gone through.
Yeah, he just showed a little bit of tiredness, didn't he? He needed the physical strength to go past them.
Beginning to labour a bit now, isn't he?
He's looking tired, isn't he?
This is Jones, gone round McKerney. And again, Thomas, fine save, Grey Goose, but it's in finally, is it? No. Oh, it was another good stop by Grey Goose. What's he going to do? Laid back by Saunders, inside to Thomas, fine save. And as John Barnes came in, the keeper was able to drop on it. Thomas. This is Jones. Marsh. Jones. Oh, was he bundled over? Yes, he was. It's a penalty. And Dave McKerney, the left back, has brought down the former Crewe player Rob Jones as he hurried into the penalty area in search of his first goal for Liverpool. And it clearly was a push. It's a bit of a pity, really, but it's given Liverpool this penalty inside the last minute, and John Barnes the chance to confirm a hat-trick, emphatically placed into the corner. And what a way to come back to senior football.
It was a well-taken penalty. I thought the penalty was a little bit harsh on the defender. But Barnes, what a comeback game, a hat-trick.
Well, what will the rest of football make of this, where other senior sides have stumbled and fallen in the FA Cup over this third round weekend? Obviously, most notably Arsenal. Liverpool have come to what could have been a tricky fixture at a 4th division ground and have never really been in any trouble. They're going to win it handsomely 4-0 at least as we move into stoppage time. And the message is that John Barnes is back. He's back with a hat-trick. And that's a joyous scoreline for Liverpool supporters. He ran out of steam a little bit in the last half an hour, as Alan Hansen was quick to point out. But he had the class, and that made the difference. And there were 3 good goals. McManaman got the first after 10. And from that moment onwards, Liverpool never really looked to be in any sort of trouble. John Barnes scored 2 classic goals midway through the first half, and then completed the hat-trick with the penalty right in the last minute of the second half. And the final score here is Crewe 0, Liverpool 4.
We're happy with that. I thought we played very well in the first half. and scored some good goals. And in the second half, it's hard to keep it going, but yeah, we won well tonight. Got to be happy with that.
It must have been nice to be able to pick John Barnes in your side.
Yeah, he's obviously one we've missed. He would be missed in any team anywhere in the world. A fit John Barnes. John Barnes is far from fit. He's played one B game on Saturday and again tonight, so he's still half a dozen games away from being fully match fit. But I think he possesses that much ability that you can throw him in because he still has something to offer.
Yeah, I've been out for 4 months, and I'm not a great watcher of football, so I've been slightly frustrated. But all that's behind me now, and I just can't wait to get playing.
People are saying this could be a turning point for Liverpool, you coming back into the side.
Well, we've still got a few more injuries, and it's a long way to go because Manchester United and Leeds are a hell of a way in front of us. I think that if we can get a good cup run, that'll help the league situation as well, and we just have to see what happens. Stranger things have happened.
A fit John Barnes could make the difference.
Well, I'm not going to be fit for a few weeks yet, so I'll be playing, but as I said, we just have to just keep it going and hope that Manchester United and Leeds slip up.
So Liverpool content to have enjoyed what in the end was a very comfortable victory. And there's more football for you on BBC television on Wednesday week with live coverage of that third round tie for Mellon Road between Leeds and Manchester United. But the message from Gresty Road Crewe tonight is that John Barnes is back. Good night.
Start for Liverpool. Nick Tanner presenting Luton with only their 5th away goal of the season. Total breakdown in communications between Tanner and Grobbelaar, who then reverted to sign language. Luton were only 5 minutes away from their first away win when Liverpool's pressure finally paid off. A little bit scrappy, Steve McManaman popping it over the line. Now, there's no one better than playing to the final whistle than Liverpool. It's the old Shankly philosophy. Hit 'em where it hurts, when it hurts, and there's no better time than the 90th minute. Dean Saunders attacking John Barnes' delicate touch into the near post.
Great bit of skill.
Restricted by Earl Barrett on the near post, and Neil Adams was onto it like a flash to put Oldham in front. Only Luton had scored fewer away goals in the First Division than Liverpool, and when Saunders released McManaman into oceans of space, the youngster ran through for only Liverpool's 10th goal away from home all season. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. In value for money terms, Oldham games are always worth watching, but they are too vulnerable at the back. Dean Saunders, 18th of the season, putting Liverpool in front. Oldham with the worst defensive record in the First Division and still smarting from their FA Cup defeat by Leyton Orient. Right, goal of the day contender B, a milestone and a lovely turn at the end of a lovely move by Michael Thomas, his first goal for Liverpool, who have now gone 12 in the league without defeat. Well, near the end,